We mentioned at the top of the show, though, yanking America's race scab right off in an upcoming Law & Order episode. Get this, NBC will use a white Southern lady chef to shoot a black kid wearing a hoodie carrying Skittles while playing the race card. Greg, this has got to make your head explode. Well, it's such a cheap...
But it's cheap. It's Law and Order. You have to understand that Law and Order is like a grade school project about issues. It's like an amateur's collage made to look important, but it's moronic. They got Paula Deen, they got Trayvon. All that's missing is Nadel Hassan. They should make him an angry oil executive who shoots up Greenpeace executives. They always try to surprise you with their twists in Law and Order, but they're as predictable as a New York Times editorial. I watched it, and I'm just amazed how much crap they can cram into 48 minutes.
And the fact is that they use headlines of news stories. Yes. That's how they get their storylines.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Which in itself isn't a bad thing necessarily.
Well,
but look what they did here.
Yeah.
They took Paula Deen, who's been vindicated. She was found not guilty of her racial issues, and they're making her the shooter in a Trayvon Martin scene.
Well, I mean, that's the point. I mean, it's just Greg said, it's sophomoric, and it lacks any initiative on their part to actually come up with something creative. I just have to say, never mind, I'll let that go.
I'll jump in here. I think, Hollywood always wants to have these big conversations because of the platform they have. They feel like they can have these big conversations. But what's unfortunate about it is they're being dishonest in their conversation. As you said, Paula Deen has been redeemed, essentially. The media has portrayed the Trayvon Martin case in very dishonest terms. If we're going to have a real conversation about race in this country, it would be nice if the culture, the Hollywood culture, would actually talk about it in an honest fashion. Because if they don't, we can't move forward. I understand it's a show, it's not real, but when you're basing it off of real events, you should at least have some form of honesty in that portrayal.
It made me think, Eric, that why in the world would the Republicans think that NBC would not be a fair debate moderator?
Right.
Where in the world would they get the notion that there might be some sort of a bias against conservatives?
One thing I will say about what the federal government could do here is, as opposed to talking about too many things at the wrong time, is that they could provide help in gang violence in these cities by putting federal authorities in there, more FBI agents and the rest of it. And they also should get after the hip-hop industry, because the hip-hop industry does glorify this stuff. And I've not heard once out of the Obama White House, the Obama administration, anybody, or for that matter, anybody, willing to take on the hip-hop industry, mostly because a lot of those thugs are in the mafia.
Obama says he listens to hip-hop.
I know he does, but that's,
the idea that
we all know what hip-hop sounds like.